It's me, Stephen Thomas from Reports on Housing, and I'm coming to you on Friday, October 24th. And we're in the midst of our 2026 forecast tour. And if you would like to see one of these forecasts within your offices, feel free to contact us at office@reportsonhousing.com. That's office@reportsonhousing.com. And this week, our housing debrief is boomers, the great housing turnover. There's a lot of people that feel that that's exactly what's going to happen. And we're going to dive right into baby boomers. And baby boomers are from 1945 to 1960. And really what this was post-World War II, there was this big boom in the birth rate. And so that was that big demographic, and there were a lot of babies that were born. And as a result, as they're aging and they're getting older, there is this big idea out there that there's going to be a silver tsunami. And basically what that is stating is that there's going to be a number of baby boomers that will be leaving their homes, and all of a sudden inventories are going to rise to these unexplainable levels. And you could see this. The reason we're even doing this today, this topic, is because this was somebody had posted, and I even covered it up. I redacted who it is because I don't want to give them any kind of glory where they're looking. People are looking for them on X, but on X. So there was a special report that was done by the Mortgage Bankers Association, and it wasn't even done that recently. But anyways, what he was stating in this was, if you really want to get a baby boomer upset, tell them that Harvard JCHS 2024 projects less than 5 million new households will form between 2025 and 2035, an average of less than 480,000 per year. And homes coming to market due to boomer deaths are expected to be 1.2 million per year, so it's just going to surge. And people have been talking about baby boomers for a very long time. And actually, if you looked at this, if you read the whole report, it's talking about that there will be a change, but it's not really going to be that detectable within the marketplace. And this is after doing a mass study. And but on X, this particular person was referring to it as, yeah, you know what? It's going to be a lot worse than what they're saying. And I first want to fact check this person, because he said that there'd only be 5 million households that were created. Instead, during that time period, it's 8.6 million. So he quoted something and misquoted it, saying it was 5 million. It's actually 8.6 million, which is a lot more new households than what that individual was referring to. So baby boomers, yes, over 65 years old, are going to increase over time. And you could see that within this chart. You could see where we're at right now. It's over 50 million, and it continues to grow all the way till 2030. 2030 is about where it peaks out and then starts to come down. But then beyond that, it'll be Gen X that will start to age out. But you could see that the baby boomer population, yes, in fact, is definitely growing. So there are it's a growing demographic of a lot of elderly people that are living a lot longer as well. And you could see the life expectancy in the United States, and there are certain areas across the United States, mainly, you can see the blue. That is the darker the blue, the longer the life expectancy. And here I am in California, and the life expectancy is about 87 years old. There are areas more rural that are a lot less than that. But that's the life expectancy across the United States, a little bit different from state to state. And here's some statistics that we're going to throw your direction. Most baby boomers hope to stay put as they age. You can actually see it right here, that aging in place in your current home, there between some that have already done this and those that are deciding, there are a lot of people that are staying within their own home and aging in place. Some will actually move to a 55-year-old and older community. And the overall arching theme of this is it's like over 90% want to stay in a house. That's where they want to be as they live out their final years here on the planet Earth. Here's another statistic: demographic shifts. Seniors 65 plus now represent 17.5% of the United States population. And I'm going to get into 17.5% makes it look like it's gigantic, but I'm going to show you other countries around the world which have real issues with demographics. We don't really have that issue in the United States. It could become an issue because birth rates are so low, and if we don't allow immigration in, it becomes a real issue around 2050. But so keep that in mind that right now we're looking at 17.5% of the United States population is 65 years and older. So that is, you need to just bank that 17.5%, because I'm going to show you what it is around the world. But home care services, averages $54,912 per year. That's home care service on average, versus assisted living facilities are $64,000, versus nursing homes are $95,000, versus nursing homes with your own private room, because that was semi-private, $108,000. So you can see there really is this appetite to age in place, age where you live. And another statistic for you: 90% of seniors prefer to age in place, and you can see very few want to do the assisted living and nursing facility routes. And now, this is something new that has come about. Over 350 hospitals now offer hospital at home programs. So they're addressing the fact that a lot of people don't even want to come to the hospital. So now there's these hospital at home programs that drop the cost per patient down considerably. And you can see this: cost per patient down 25%, treatment complications down 30%, and inpatient mortality rate down 19%. It's statistically showing that it is better for the seniors to age in place and do a lot of their health care from home rather than go to the hospital where they can get further infected. And how about this one? Nearly 3 in 10 Americans will be 65 or older in 2100. Well, I won't be around for that, but there will be a lot more. It will be 30%. Now, I bring this up because you can see actually in 2030 is where there will be more people in the United States that are older than 65 than are under 18. And that threshold happens at 2030. Right now, currently, there are more people that are younger than 18 than compared to those over 65. So it'll be all the way up to 30%. Now, this is what I wanted to show everybody was across the United States, that you look at 2025 versus where they think that things are going to be in 2050. And right now, Japan is at 30%. And Hong Kong's at 23.7%, everywhere in between. So these are the areas that have a real big problem: Japan, Puerto Rico, Italy, Portugal, Greece, Finland, Germany, Hong Kong. And that they have they've had this birth rate problem for a while. Now, keep in mind, remember I said the United States is at 17.5%, well below where these are. And you could see where the problem is going to be down the road. I said we'd be at 30% at 2100. In the year 2100, Hong Kong's going to be at 46.4% in 2050. And you could see that there's a problem in all of these different countries that were just mentioned, where Greece is the lowest at 34.6%. But you can see that that's a problem. Aging around the world, in many European countries have that issue. The United States is starting to have that issue. But you can imagine that the United States is very creative. When this becomes an issue, and that's pretty much when the United States seems to act, when there's a real problem and we don't have enough people in jobs, which is what they have in Japan. They don't have the demand is a little bit lower, so they have these like shell companies, because as people get a lot older, they actually don't buy as much and they don't do as much. So it's really starts to tap the overall economy. But you could see the United States isn't going to be nearly as bad off as some of these other countries. And I'm bringing all this up so you can understand that when people talk about this silver tsunami, We already have a blueprint of what it looks like from other countries, and yet they have not experienced the silver tsunami that keeps on being brought up. That, oh my gosh, there's going to be so much inventory that's going to come on, and it's all going to be these seniors that are going to sell their house, and they're going to go live in an assisted living care place or something along those lines, and it's just not the reality of it. And why do people prefer to age in place? 83% feel safer in their homes, and 56% homes remind them of home. Their home reminds them of their family, and 62% emotional attachment to their home, and 43% don't feel they can afford assisted living, and 40% it's all about independence and happiness. So you can imagine there's this big push towards that. And another big factor is capital gains tax. And what that is you have an exclusion for a couple of up to $500,000 of gain. And a lot of these people have gained a lot more than that over time. If they've owned their home for over 30, 40 years and they bought it for like a nickel back in the day and now they sell it for a lot more, they have capital gains exposure where all of a sudden they could sell their house, but they have this big gigantic tax that they have to take on. So that prevents a lot of people from moving around too, especially seniors, people that have owned their homes for a very long time. So the industry that has been created that is wrapped around all these statistics is actually aging in place. And this has been something that has been grown and continues to grow. And as you can see, even hospitals have done some things that are different. Rather than have them coming into the hospitals are coming out to the people instead. So this is this industry that is really tapped into what the seniors want. And that is what they want is to live out the rest of their lives in their homes, and then they can live even longer because of the happiness and because they get the medical care that they need at home. And we're going to get into more of the aging in place and why we're not going to have a tsunami. But first, we're going to bring in our sponsor, and it is a returning sponsor. It's Mike Grambow from JMJ Financial at the Thibodeau Morel Group, and you can reach Mike at 714-794-7668. And they have this fantastic program. Has buy before you sell, and it's you buy first, then sell later, and move with confidence. That is hard to do, but for most homeowners, buying a new home while living in their current one feels impossible. But JMJ Financial has come up with a solution, and basically, it's a guaranteed backup contract. You go non-contingent and compete like a cash buyer. You qualify for your next home without counting your current mortgage. Make a non-contingent offer with full confidence and get up to 6 months to sell your current home after closing. And it's like a cash offer program. You turn your offers into cash and close fast. You make a true cash offer and close in as little as 10 days, borrow up to 95% of your home's value, and you have no monthly payments. Interest accrues and is deferred until it's paid off. So it's an instant equity program. Unlock your home's equity before you sell it. Use funds from your current home to buy your next one now. It's available in the first or second position, and deferred payments with accrued interest. This is a great program, and reach out to Mike Grambow from JMJ Financial, the Thibodeau Morel Group, and reach Mike at 714-794-7668. That's 714-794-7668. And now back to our program, Aging in Place. And here's the industry that I said that is wrapped around it is people go, well, they live in two-story homes. They have solutions for two-story homes, and they will continue to make even more. There are in-home elevators. And you remember the commercial from this, where you sit in the chair and you go up the stairs. There are solutions to this, and I know of retrofitting homes where I know of people that have retrofitted the homes so that they can age in place. And and they turn one of the downstairs living areas, like a living room, into a bedroom so they can live on that first floor. So, and there's a lot of modifications that can be done. People talk about stairs all the time. There are plenty of general contractors out there that can create something like this so that you can get up and down with access with a wheelchair. So making a home wheelchair accessible, making bathrooms handicap accessible, and for seniors to be able to get around and stay in their home and not have to move. And this at-home healthcare is a big piece of it. And I remember my own mom. She lived in a downstairs bedroom, and the assisted living came in regularly, quite a bit, and it was a great relationship and rapport that you build with these nursing staff and the people that come out. So it's a great program. It's an industry that continues to evolve and grow. And so I'm also going to point out the obvious. There aren't a lot of homes. We've talked about that. There's very, very little supply across the United States. And yes, we have a lot more supply right now than we did over the last several years. But even where we are right now, it's not that many homes. We truly have supply scarcity. There are not enough homes across the United States. We're at 1.5 million, 1,550,000 right now. And this is nothing like what we had prior to the Great Recession and leading up through the Great Recession of 4 million homes on the market. We're not going to grow from 1.55 million all the way up to 4 million homes because of this silver tsunami that everybody talks about. We have a scarcity issue. Instead, what we will see over time is more and more of these homes will come onto market, but not every single home will be placed on the market. It's not going to be a wave. Instead, it's going to be more of a slight like boat wake than anything else. And when we all and the baby boomers go off to and leave this earth and go off to a heavenly place, there are a lot of surviving spouses that will continue to stay in the house. So the surviving spouse would result in not doing anything with this home. Instead, the home would just go to the surviving spouse as their own asset at that point. And then if there is an inheritance, many of those that inherit it will actually move into the house. That happens often. And others will actually turn it into a rental. Others will sell it. And that's assuming that they owned the house, because there's a lot of people that don't own their homes, but those that do own their homes is who we're talking about. And they're either there's a surviving spouse, or they move into it, or they turn it into a rental, or they sell it. There's a lot of options out there. And a lot of this takes time. And so as a result, it's like a dimmer switch, just really slowly changing any kind of extra number of homes that hits the inventory. It's not going to be all of a sudden a bunch of homes, millions of homes coming on the market, unlike what so many people think. So if you like this video, I invite you to like this video, as well as maybe subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that just helps out in the algorithms. If you want more information, you can go to reportsonhousing.com. You can subscribe to one of our many reports in the Bay Area and SoCal, Vegas, and Phoenix. And the most recent one that came out is called Pricing for Success, where we actually statistically show that when you reduce the asking price, that you pretty much net less than you would have if you came out with the right price to begin with. So if you'd like to subscribe and get a free month, just utilize the coupon code BOOMERS. So thank you so much for joining us for another housing debrief. Hope you've learned a lot. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below, as well as please feel free to contact us with any suggestions for future videos as well. And I hope you have a fantastic finish to this week, and we will see you on the other side, Halloween week.